Hey folks, welcome to another day, another unboxing. I've got the Honor 50 here finally. This is the first Honor phone since Honor split apart from Huawei, and this has a Snapdragon chip in it, not a Kirin chip, and this does have GMS, Google Mobile Services, i.e. all of the Google, apps and all the Google goodness, which, as you know, Huawei no longer has access to. So this is pretty exciting that we have an Honor phone again that feels like the old days. So this is the Honor 50. It's not the 50 Pro. There's a better version, of course, but I wanted to show it to you anyway because, hey, gotta be excited about a new Honor phone. So there we go. Honor 50. Let's take a look. This one's really funky. Anybody who's been looking at my Instagram will know this. Check it out. Wow, look at that. How cool is that, huh? All right, let me actually pull it out of its sleeve here so I can show you a little closer up how cool this is. There's the IMEI sticker back here, so I'm going to remove that right now. There we go. Ta-da! You did not expect that, did you? Look at this thing. How cool is that? All right, so before we look at the phone, let's see what else is in the box. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. So divider, and then we've got a SIM removal tool with another divider, and this has a case in it. Now there's no documentation, but you do get a nice little TPU flexible case that fits the phone perfectly to get you started if you want to protect your phone. That's pretty awesome. Then we have a massive charger here. This is because it supports 66 watts. So this is a 66 watt Honor charger, as you can see here. Looks very similar to the Huawei chargers of the past, even with the orange accent. So Type A on one side, Type C on the phone. You have to use this brick and the proprietary cable in there to get the fastest charging speed, but also charge over PD using like a 25 or whatever watt charger. A bit slower, obviously, if you charge over PD. As you can see here, there is a USB Type A and a Type C, as I mentioned. Type A, Type C, orange accents on both. That's cool stuff, pretty standard, very similar to what Honor's done in the past. And here you have earbuds that come in with USB Type-C, so that's nice to have some earbuds. It's very rare to get earbuds kind of provided for free in a phone these days. Nice touch, considering most phones don't even have a charger anymore now. All right, so now we've looked at the box, let's look at the phone together, shall we? All right, so as you can see, very stylish, very nice. Who does not want this phone? It's very sleek too, very thin. Wow, all right. So now I don't see antenna bands here, so if it is metal, it's interesting because I'm not sure where the bands would be. But if it's not metal, it's very convincing. I think this is metal. This looks way too nicely finished to be, and it's cold too, so I think it might be a metal frame. And hopefully it's a glass back, although it's hard to tell because it does feel more like plastic, but whatever, this is not a big deal. Let's fire it up. At this price point, and I'm going to get to the price in a second, about $470 is roughly what this sells for out there in the wild. This is not going to be a big deal, but at the same time, it would be nice to see the traditional high-end Honor phones having, even mid-range Honor phones having metal and glass. So I'll find out and let you know. So, beautiful display. This is a 1080p, 6.57-inch AMOLED or OLED display. It has 120 hertz refresh rate, as you can see here. A little bezel top and bottom, but pretty thin bezel on the side. It's got that slight waterfall display, which I'm not a huge fan of. Pretty big punch hole here for the front camera. Looks like a 32 megapixel f/2.2. Not sure what the pixel size is on this. Now, under the hood here is a Snapdragon 778G. This is the replacement for the 765G that was in all the mid-range phones last year. So the good chip, nothing to complain about here. We've got either 8 gigs of RAM or 6 gigs of RAM, and there's also a 12 gigs of RAM version. I'm not sure what they sent me. In terms of storage, you get 128 or 256, so you get different combinations of these. Yeah, so, an interesting set of specs, nothing to complain about. As I said before, 66 watt charging, no wireless charging, and it's got a 4,300 milliamp hour battery under this really pretty back cover. All right, let's talk about cameras. I'm into the camera. So There is a 108 megapixel main sensor. It's that big one here. It's f/1.9 and it's got 0.7 micron pixel, and it pixel bins them. I'm not sure if it pixel bins 9:1 or 4:1, so it'll be interesting to find out. Doesn't look like it has OIS, which is disappointing, but it does have phase detect autofocus. Then as you can see here, there's a trio of more cameras and a flash. There's an 8 megapixel f/2.2 ultra wide, and that's 120 degree field of view. I'm not sure the pixel size. There's 2 sticker cams, basically, they could be stickers. A 2 megapixel macro f/2.4 and a 2 megapixel depth sensor f/2.4 as well. Again, don't know the pixel size. But yeah, that's basically the lay of the land on this Honor phone, the first to have GMS and a Snapdragon in a while. So let's walk you through the edges here. You've got a volume rocker, power lock key. You can see there's a little bit of an indent for that. And then on the bottom is a speaker, USB Type-C, primary microphone, SIM slot. Now there's no micro SD on this phone. I'm not sure if it has stereo audio, but I don't think so. Then nothing on the left side, and on top, as you can see, there's what looks like a couple of microphones. So interesting that there's 2 on the top. But that's basically the layout for this Honor 50. So yeah, I should probably not have changed the language. There we go. All right, folks, I wanted to give you a quick unboxing. I'm excited about this phone. I'm excited Honor's back in the game, at least for all of us who want a phone with Google's services, obviously, and apps and ecosystem. And more importantly, you know, whether they have to use Kirin or Snapdragon, I don't care. I'm happy to see them back. And this is a very good looking phone. I like this funky back. And the price is right for the specs, I think. It would be nice if this had a metal frame and a glass back, which I'm not sure it does. But it also would be a bit of a bummer there's no OIS. I'm pretty convinced there's no OIS and that there's no stereo speakers. And again, I'm pretty convinced. So I'll let you know once I edit this video, I play with the phone a little bit. I'll let you know on the materials as much as I can find out on the OIS and on the stereo speakers. If this had all that, it would be a nice competitor to, say, the OnePlus Nord 2, which is about the same price point. All right, folks, stay tuned for more videos soon. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, click the notification bell below. That way you know when I'm making more videos. Comment below, tell me, would you buy an Honor phone now that they're separated from Huawei and that you can buy them basically with GMS and that there's a Snapdragon equipped, so probably some better band support? You know, let me know in the comments. And remember, this is a compliment to my podcast at mobiletechpodcast.com. So please subscribe to the show. We're on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Spotify, everywhere good podcasts can be found. I'll see you there, and I'll have more to unbox soon, so stay tuned for that. Cheers, everybody.